All right, if you own or manage a high-rise building anywhere in Miami, chances are you've heard this term, ELSS, tossed around. But what in the world is an engineered life safety system, really? And what does it actually mean for your building? Well, let's break it all down.
We're going to cut right through all the technical jargon and get straight to the point. This is the practical info you absolutely need to know about this critical requirement from Miami-Dade Fire Rescue. And trust me, this is about way more than just ticking a box on a form. It's about protecting people and property.
Because really, getting a handle on the ELSS isn't just about staying on the right side of the code, it's about making sure that every single person inside your building is genuinely safe.
So let's start with the absolute basics. It's pretty easy to think an ELSS is just some fancy, expensive name for a fire alarm system, but it is so much more than that.
Okay, so here's the official definition. Now, the two words you really want to lock onto here are coordinated and integrated. Think of it like this. An ELSS isn't just a collection of parts in a box. It's a single, unified system where every piece is designed to work together in perfect harmony, custom-built for the unique layout of your specific building.
Now, this is where it gets really cool. The true power of an ELSS is how all these pieces fit together like a puzzle. When a smoke detector goes off, it doesn't just make a loud noise. Nope. It can automatically trigger the sprinklers, kick on the smoke control fans to keep stairwells clear of smoke, send the elevators straight down to the ground floor, and switch over to emergency power, all in an instant. All of these separate systems are literally talking to each other during an emergency.
Okay, so now we know what it is. The next big question is, does my building actually need one? Let's dig into the specific rules for us right here in Miami-Dade.
The requirement is actually pretty clear-cut. If your building is a high-rise, and that's defined as anything over 75 feet tall, then an ELSS is an absolute must. It's also required if you're doing a major renovation, changing how the building is used, or of course for new construction. So if your building fits into one of those buckets, then yep, this is for you.
And just so you know, this isn't some arbitrary rule that was made up. It's grounded in a combination of state and national fire safety codes, specifically the Florida Fire Prevention Code and NFPA 101, which is kind of the national Bible for life safety. And then all of that is enforced right here at home by Miami-Dade Fire Rescue.
So why all the focus on this, especially for high-rises? Well, the answer really comes down to the unique building environment we have right here in Miami.
I mean, just look at our skyline, right? It's jam-packed with high-rise towers, and they are beautiful, but a lot of them were built decades ago, long before our current, much stricter fire codes were put in place. And that's exactly where an ELSS comes in. It's the modern solution that brings these older buildings up to today's highest safety standards.
In this quote right here, it just sums up the core problem perfectly. You can't evacuate a 40-story building the same way you'd leave a house. It takes a long, long time. Smoke and toxic gases can fill up stairwells and hallways in just minutes. The whole strategy for fighting a high-rise fire is completely different, and it absolutely requires an intelligent system to manage it.
So here's the bottom line. An ELSS creates a predictable, engineered, and coordinated response. It's designed to keep escape routes clear for residents while also giving firefighters the tools they need, like reliable communications and smoke-free stairways, to get in, do their job, and save lives.
Okay, let's switch gears now and get into the practical side of this. How do you actually get an ELSS designed, approved, and installed? Let's walk through the official process, step by step.
First thing you have to know, the one and only authority in charge of reviewing and approving these systems in our county is Miami-Dade Fire Rescue. They are what's known as the Authority Having Jurisdiction, or the AHJ. Your entire project, from start to finish, will go through their plan review division.
Now, I know this process can seem a little intimidating, but it really follows a logical path. First, you hire a specialized engineering firm. They're the experts. They create the master plan. You submit that plan to Miami-Dade Fire Rescue. They review it and send back comments. Your engineer addresses those comments. Once everything is perfect, you get approval. The work gets done, and the final crucial step is a full system test with a fire inspector watching to prove everything works together flawlessly.
And just to give you a feel for what's involved, here are just a few of the key documents your engineer will be putting together. This is pulled straight from the official checklist. We're talking super detailed floor plans, site plans showing where fire trucks can get access, and even a special test to make sure firefighters' radios work everywhere inside the building. As you can see, it is a very, very thorough process, and for very good reason.
All right, we have covered the what, the why, and the how.
Now for what might be the most important part. What should you actually do next?
If you're watching this and a little light bulb is going off, thinking your building might need to address its ELSS status, what is the absolute first move you should make?
Listen, this is the single most important piece of advice I can give you. Your first step is to hire a qualified, licensed fire protection engineering firm. And I really have to stress this, an ELS is a highly specialized, complex field. This is not a job for a general contractor. It's not a job for your standard alarm installer. You need a true expert who lives and breathes this stuff every single day.
And I want to leave you with this one final thought. I get it. Fulfilling the ELSS requirement can feel like just another regulation, another box to check. But it's not. It's about transforming your building's safety from just a random collection of devices into one smart, predictable system that performs exactly as it's supposed to, when every single second counts. And that predictability, that's what saves lives.